Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So this is the Tajweed 101 course for McMaster University Quran classes. And just before we start, I'd just like to mention that this isn't a very in-depth course. This is just for beginners, and the intention behind this course is for students to not make any major mistakes and inshallah be able to recite the Quran fluently. So this booklet isn't really that long, it's only 18 pages, and these are the topics that we'll be covering. So to start off, the first paragraph is basically what I mentioned. Many Arabic terminologies and advanced rules of Tajweed are omitted in this curriculum in order to attain a level of simplicity, easy to grasp for beginners. And inshallah, in the future, we hope that students will go on further to learn the intricate details of Tajweed. So the introduction, the first thing that we have to know is that it is compulsory for every believer to recite the Quran with Tajweed, as it's mentioned in the ayah in Surah Muzammil in the 29th juz. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا, or add to it and recite the Quran with measured recitation. And in the bottom, there's a little paragraph that says Ali radiallahu anhu, in his explanation, he mentioned that to recite the Quran with tartil means to recite from the correct makhraj and to recognize the places of waqf, which is pausing. So lesson 1 is the major and minor errors. So there are 5 major errors, and to make any of them is a major sin and should be avoided. So the first one is to recite a letter in place of another. So we have this example here. I'll write it again on this side. So we have Alhamdu and Alhamdu. So the difference is only one letter, but it changes the whole meaning, right? So this is the ha and this is a ha. So if you do not know the difference between these two letters and you interchange them while you're reading this the first word of Surah Fatiha, then you may change the meaning, and you will change the meaning. So this one is pronounced Alhamdu and this is pronounced Alhamdu. Moving on, the second mistake is to add a letter to a word. So to recite Alhamdu instead of Alhamdu. So the first one is Alhamdu and this one is Alhamdu. See, this letter right here was added, and if you add in the wrong place, so for example this is a waw and on top of it a sakin, so this would actually be stretched. So the first one would be pronounced Alhamdu. The dal is not stretched at all, it's a quick, you can say a quick touch of the letter Alhamdu. And the second is Alhamdu. Because of this addition, it changes, it's a major mistake, and it changes the meaning as well. Moving on to the third major mistake, it is to remove a letter from a word. So to recite Lam Yulad instead of Lam Yulad. So this ayah comes in Surah Ikhlas. As you can see over here, this is the mistake. So Lam Yulad, it's actually Lam Yulad. There's a waw here, and over here it was removed. The fourth mistake is to recite one haraka in place of another. So the example here is given Iyaki instead of Iyaka. In Surah Fatiha, it comes Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in. Iyaka. This is fairly straightforward. Instead of reciting the Fatha here, if you recite a Kasra, Iyaki, then that's a mistake. And the fifth one is to recite a haraka in place of a sukoon. The example given was an amta. So instead of this sukoon here, this is also a common mistake. If you read really fast, you may mistakenly say an'amta. It's actually pronounced an'amta. This is pronounced an'amta. And if you replace this sukun with, let's say, a fatha, then it becomes an'amta, an'amta, and this is wrong. So these are the 5 major mistakes, and to make any of them again is a major sin, which would be avoided. And there are minor errors, which are the rules of tajweed which beautify the Quran. For example, to make ghunna, to make mad, and so on and so forth. If you don't know what these terms are, inshallah later on in the course, we'll familiarize ourselves with them.